Hi everybody, it's Barbara with Acting for Community Theatre, and today I want to talk about one of the most important things an actor can learn about their own body. So today we're going to talk about your body, your physical instrument that you're going to use in order to do this acting thing that you do. Okay, so let's get into it. What is the most important thing that an actor should learn about their own body? And that is how to get into and practice the neutral position or the neutral stance. This is an actor thing, but at the same time you can use it in social settings, and you should. But let's start with the basics of what the neutral position actually is. The neutral position is very simple. You simply stand with your feet about hip width apart. And that really is hip width, not a big wide stance. No one's going to try to knock you over at this point. Stand with your feet hip width apart. Keep your knees with what I like to call soft. Some people call them relaxed. But they're not bent, but they're not locked back in place either. In other words, they're just sort of soft and relaxed. You're going to take your pelvis and slightly tip it forward, as if you imagine that your pelvis was a big bowl of water, and you're going to slightly tip it so that the front end is up and the back end is slightly down. Just slightly. Then you're going to make sure that your chest area is open and you're standing up straight. And a good way to do that is simply just to bring your shoulders up and then roll them back and then drop them so that your arms are hanging loosely by your side and your shoulders are dropped and your chest is nice and open. You're going to make sure that your chin is parallel to the floor so you're not looking up or down. And then you're going to pretend that someone has a string at the back of your head, right at the crown, and is pulling up on you. Just gently. This will feel unbelievably weird and probably uncomfortable the first few times that you do this. Maybe the first 10 times that you do this. But it's one of those things that you need to practice. Why? Because the neutral position is your basic default position when you're on stage. It allows you to be seen. It doesn't make it so that you look odd on stage, so you're not leaning or tilting, your head's not tilting, you're not slouching, your hands aren't in your pockets or your arms aren't crossed. You look like you should be there on the stage. You're ready, you're open, and you're available, and you can move easily. You don't have to uncross your legs or stand up straight again in order to move. You're just ready to go. Now, that doesn't mean that your character doesn't have some sort of physical affectation. That means they are not standing in that stance. It just means that you are in a neutral position so that you can now adopt whatever you need to in terms of the physicality of your character. Maybe your character's flighty. Maybe they bounce around a lot. That's fine. Start with a neutral position. Maybe your character likes to slouch and sort of drags themselves around the stage because they're really tired in this first scene. You can adopt that. Start with a neutral position, and then you'll know how far to go away from it. Do you know what I mean? That's where you start. It's your blank piece of paper, and it's not even just that. It's the place where you can access your breath and your energy and your voice. You're available and open, like I say, to be able to move or respond as needed. It's the best thing that an actor can do physically is to learn the neutral position. It helps you relax, and it puts you in a grounded place so that you can do what you need to do with your character. So once you've got this down, you should be practicing it at least a few times a day. Keep doing it, because I know it feels odd the first few times, but it gets easier and easier, and eventually it becomes really normal. And you can do it not just when you're on stage. You should be doing it all the time. The neutral position will help you look more confident. It will straighten out your posture and will also help you get rid of little physical quirks that you have that you might not even know that you're having. I have a head tilt, for example, and I'm constantly having to look at pictures or video of myself and thinking, I've got that damn head tilt again. Everyone else's head is straight and mine is slightly tilted. If I was still acting, because of course now I'm just a director and a playwright and a teacher, I would probably work on it a little more. And you should too, because in social situations, like I say, it makes you look more confident. It helps you get rid of little physical problems like a head tilt or a slouch or whatever it is that your thing is. It'll make your posture better. It'll probably make you look like you've lost a few pounds, and people will just treat you with more respect because you're treating yourself with more respect. You're open and available and ready to things in life like you would be to things on the stage when you're in the neutral position. So it really is something that you can take with you for the rest of your life. So keep practicing it a little bit each day, and before you know it, it'll feel completely natural to you, and you'll be a better actor for it. So I hope this idea of the neutral position is helpful to you, and it's certainly going to be helpful as we go on to the next section that I'm going to cover. I'm planning to talk about how you can move it or lose it when it comes to using your physicality on stage. So I will see you very soon.